morning and magandang buhay. How are you today? I hope you're all doing well. I'm Teacher Rosel and I will be your science teacher for today. Before we proceed with our lesson, let me remind you with our virtual class rules. First, find comfortable place to study. Second, listen very well with our discussion. Third, have with you your materials such as paper, notebook, and pen. Fourth, jot down important details to remember. Fifth, don't do extra activities. And lastly, let us all enjoy. In our previous lesson, you've learned that animals adapt themselves to their environment and have structures that helps them get their food, for them to move, and for protection from their enemies. Animals that live on land are called terrestrial animals. And animals that live in water are called aquatic animals. Can you guess where these animals live? What am I? I get peeled, but I'm not a potato. I'm yellow, but I'm not a lemon. I'm curved, but I'm not a boomerang. That is correct. Banana. I grow in the desert. I need little rain. If you get too close, I might cause you pain. Yes, it's a cactus. I can be red, pink, yellow, orange, or white, but I'm not a crayon. I smell nice, but I'm not perfume. Rose, that is right. Our topic for today is about terrestrial, aerial, and aquatic plants. At the end of our lesson, you are expected to identify the structures of terrestrial, aerial, and aquatic plants. Are you ready to learn? What are plants? We see plants around us, whether it's small or large, on the land or in the sea, from the desert to forest. They grow in different habitats or places and come in many different sizes, shapes, and colors. They usually are green in colors to make our surroundings feel fresh, and like humans, they also need air, water, sunlight, and nutrients in order for them to live. Most plants grow on lands, mountains, hills, and some grows in forests, while other plants grow in the desert. Did you know that plants are so important for us to survive? Yes! Plants produce oxygen on the air we breathe and creates habitats keeping animals to stay alive, and so are we. What is in plants? They have special parts what we call the cell wall. Since they don't have skeletons like us humans, these cell walls give them structure. Without this, some plants, even flowers, would not be able to rise. Let's classify plants where they grow. Plants that grow on, in, and from land are called terrestrial plants. They may be small or big. They have big trunks or soft stem, and some bear flowers, while others don't. Examples of terrestrial plants are mango trees, coconut trees, banana tree, and sunflower. Plants that don't have underground roots, instead, they are located in areas above the ground, like mangroves, are called aerial plants. Some of them don't need soil in order to live and grow. They usually grow in the trunks and branches of trees. They have sponge-like roots that get food and water from the air. An example of these are orchids. Plants that can live and grow in water are called aquatic plants or hydrophytes. They don't get nutrients from the soil. They may be grouped as floating, fixed, and underwater. Floating aquatic plants Plants that float freely on the surface of the water because they are light and spongy bodies filled with air. Hyacinth and water lettuce are very good example of floating aquatic plants. Fixed aquatic plants. Their roots are fixed to the soil at the bottom of the pond. They have broad leaves, light, hollow, and flexible stem to prevent them from damage and help them bend with high current of water. They also have waxy leaves that prevents them from getting wet. Example of fixed aquatic plants are lotus, water lily, and pitcher. Lastly, underwater aquatic plants, also known as submerged plants, their leaves are thin and ribbon-like to prevent from damage due to constant flow of water. Examples are tape grass and hydrilla. Let's practice. For your activity, identify the plants and put color in which habitat they belong. Color green for terrestrial plants, yellow for aerial plants, and blue for aquatic plants. The terrestrial plants or TP plants are gumamela, rice, pine tree, cactus. The aerial plants or the AEP are orchids, mangroves, and green moss. And for the aquatic plants or AP are water hyacinth, lotus, and water lily. Did you also get the correct answer? Very good. You did a great job. Now, for your next activity, take a closer look at the pictures, then classify the plants according to where they grow. Are you all ready? What is the first one? That's correct. It's aerial plant or AEP. How about the next one? You got it. It's TP or the terrestrial plants. Next we have... Good job! Let's see what we have learned for today's lesson. Remember, plants have structures in order for them to adapt to different environment. These structures provide protection. They may vary in sizes, shapes, and colors. They grow in different places. Terrestrial plants or TP are plants that grow on, in, and from land. They may be small or big. They have big trunks or soft stem. Some bear flowers while others don't. Aerial plants or AEP are plants that don't have underground roots. Some of them don't need soil in order to survive, and they usually grow in trunks and branches of trees. Aquatic plants or AP are plants that can live and grow in water. They may be categorized as floating, fixed, and underwater. Now, let's assess what you've learned for today's discussion. Are you ready? Let's start. Direction. Write L if the plant grows in land. A if it grows in air. And W if it grows in the water. Write your answer on your notebook. Did you got it all correctly? Very good. For your assignment, direction, make an album from cutout pictures of plants from a magazine and label them as TP or the terrestrial plants, AEP for aerial plants, and AP for aquatic plants. Okay? Until next time, bye!